What's up, guys? BULL2 the Fell-Handed here, bringing you another amazing game. Here we have a clan scrimmage against BULL2, Bull's Light Brigade, versus the 169th. We have a bunch of tier 8s, 4 on each side. Anybody's game right now at this point. Team destruction all day long, making the shit happen. Right now, we check in on BULL2, and it looks like the majority of their force is heading towards K1. A good bet, to be sure, but you need your spotters up front to make use of all that firepower. If not, you're just going to get outranged, outspotted, and shit on. Will they make the shit happen from that corner? Let's find out. 169 is crossing the tracks, wanting to take the hill at A0. Always a safe bet, taking the high ground. But will anyone be in range for them to dump on? We will have to see. BULL2 taking K1, starting to move up some, starting to approach the middle, trying to get some shots in, getting their tanks in position. BULL2 right now, still moving up, trying to approach, it looks like the dish. The furthest scouts up approaching the dish, which is F2. Now, 169 is taking this hill. Looks like they have a guy out in front ready to act as a spotter, trying to see what's going on, see what's happening, see if they can't just pull some numbers in early on in the match. There they are, rolling up. Good defensive position in this area. Good defensive position. BULL2 at this time has broken over the hump in the middle of the board and is proceeding down the one line. Lots of cover there, lots of foliage. Probably hard to detect, even if 169th did have someone in range to spot. Of course, the guy out in the open there would not be as hard to spot, obviously, as the guys in cover. Pulling back here, we kind of see they have one guy on point while the column is approaching down the one line. Spotter is kind of getting a little jiggy with it. He kind of wants to see what's going on. He's wondering why he hasn't seen shit up to this point. At this point, both teams, kind of know what's happening. 169th, they possibly think that, BULL2 could have taken the opposite hill opposite them. But BULL2, on the other hand, knows for a fact that 169th had to cross the train tracks. At this point, it's a positioning game. They're trying to decide which position to take, which, can get their firepower into play. And which is, of course, the goal for every game of World of Tanks. How to properly use your firepower versus the enemy, which is what we have here. BULL2 taking the middle of the hump there in the board, right across the tracks. Getting ready, they have a good idea where 169th is, and they're getting ready to set up a firing line. Let's switch back to them and see what's going on. Here we are. We have them in a good little line here, ready to do some damage, lined up nicely, hauled down if you will, while 169th has the strong point on top of the hill. The first person to get spotted will most assuredly get vaporized, as there's a lot of guns pointing in each direction. 169th has a spotter out ahead of the rest of the column, coming around the corner down here at the opposite end of the tracks, and he's going to see what he can get into. Getting ready to pop the tracks here. He's just anxious to see if he can't pop this battle off, which will most certainly happen whether we want it to or not. Switching targets here, going to the overall. They're in good positions, both of them, honestly. They're in very solid positions. The 169th has taken the hill fully. BULL2 down by the tracks. Most likely both enemies hull down, ready to start slinging some dick. It's gonna happen whether we want it to or not. First to get spotted, first to get vaporized, more or less. 169th starting to move off the top of the hill, wanting to get things popping off rather quickly. they're going in, lining up on the fence there, or the tracks there, so to speak, ready to get some stuff happening. We've got a tank hold down, we've got one crossing the tracks right now, and they're trying to marshal their forces on the corner. They've got a really good idea where BULL2 is, and they're dying to get stuck in. At this point in the game, there have been no solid detections, maybe a few sixth senses here nor there, but there's not really been any, yes, that motherfucker's over there, let's everybody dump on him. Right now, it's a game of cat and mouse. You've got the guys, they have an idea where they are. BULL2 has not yet revealed its position. Once it reveals its position, the 169th is going to be in the perfect area to fight back. We've got a BULL2 up here on the hill who is starting to get an idea exactly what's what. He's taking a little fire here from the forces by the tracks. BULL2 on the other side is starting to take fire as well. Let's go to them really quick and see exactly what's happening. Here we are, all on one side of the track. One guy on top, hold down, and the rest are putting fire. The curve of the tracks themselves provide hold down depending on where your enemy is. And right now, some of it is hold down. You'll have to excuse me, I was changing my game so I didn't have any radar or anything messing with my beautiful screenshots. Back to normal. Now, we have fire being exchanged from both parties. BULL2 169th slugging it out. Right now, neither side is willing to make any gambles. Just playing it safe, playing it cautious. You know, you've got a bunch of guys dug in on each side, slinging it out with each other. A little bit of damage here, a little bit there. Nothing too decisive. Playing it safe right now. You don't want to rush anything this early in the game. You want to play it safe as possible in the early moments of scrimmage. We have a BULL2, however, on the other side of the tracks here. That's going to throw a monkey wrench in 169's plan. You've got a medium directly to your 6. You're fighting a front, and you've got a guy who is just willing to pop over at any time and put a round in you. So that is going to give 169th pause right there off the gate. So they're terrified he's going to come over and farm some damage off of them. At the same time, they were otherwise engaged with the rest of BULL2 on the front. So they're in kind of a situation. They're dealing with it really well. They're maintaining their ranks. They're maintaining fire. And occasionally, you know, he's going to come over and he's going to try to pop a shot. Not being quite as effective as he should be or as he can, because at the same time, he's nervous if he goes over too much, he's going to get tracked and fucking annihilated. So, scrimmage games are all about caution. You have to be cautious. You have to conserve your HP. You don't want to do anything drastic. You don't want to make any runs. You want to play everything safe. You want to be as cautious as possible. Play very close to the vest. And I think that's what these boys are doing. Both sides playing very close to the vest. Not letting each other get one too many shots in. Shooting hold down. Firing from hold down. Protecting what they can. Exposing just enough to get some fire down range. We've got another BULL2 pull up to the side here and ready to take some flank shots on. The majority of the force, or excuse me, the other half of the force is on the other end, straight ahead, fighting the front against 169th. What are these two mediums going to do? Are they going to make some magic happen? Are they going to make the shit happen? Let's see what happens in this game. Put your money on the table. Lay the cards down. It's time for action. What is going to happen? Who will be the victor? It looks like BULL2 is beginning to rush 169th. Yes, they are rushing 169th. They are going in. T-34 on the tracks is fully committed. He comes over with the ram. The rest of BULL2 is rushing in. Quickly, we adjust the camera. Did not see that one coming. 169th just goes down. And of course, we are now one less, turning to fire. They've still got good positioning. They're holding their ranks well. A BULL2 member just went down, leaving the T-34 to the devices of the 169th. Still a lot of epic dick slinging going towards the road over top of the track. It's still anybody's game at this point. Heavy slugging it out. Anyone could win. What's the next move going to be? And another BULL2 goes out, leaving him outnumbered 2-1. Don't need to be a fortune teller to see how this story ends. 169th has won game 1. BULL2 has lost. Good game, guys, all around. Made the magic happen. Beautiful game. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like my video, share my shit. Deuces.